Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV.
It's
This
live. It's saying live.
we are live. Oh, yes, we're live because we are recording, are we
We're,
not?
we're recording.
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right.
It,
Just making sure.
it says record only.
Okay.
Okay, so we are recording, guys. So welcome to Biz Chicks TV. We're here with Coach Caren Fern. We've been talking about what is coaching all about.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that you'll sit back, relax, and get some information that'll be helpful to you. Also, you just might get a treat. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Coach, you want to give us a little introduction about what is going on? First of all, I want everybody who's not familiar with who you are. This is Coach Caren, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She has had multiple businesses over the course of her lifetime, successful businesses. She's been in childcare. She's run a cleaning service. She's been in fashion design and just which was really a fabulous run. And I just think that you can learn a lot from her about how to balance your life and balance your business. So with that, let's get started. Coach, what do you have for us today?
So this is a part two because last week we talked about what is coaching at its core and why do we need it and how does it help you achieve as a coachee what we're working through. And go back and listen to that because it was really good. If I do say so myself,
It
come
was
on
good.
to chit chat and tell you guys this stuff, and then I just allow it to come out of me. So it get poured out of me. You guys, get to take it in and go do what you will with it. So today's part two, and we're going to talk about why do people come for coaching. We're going to talk about why they come. I'll tell you what it was for the core. I'm going to tell you why they come, and then we're going to talk about one of my coachees' story and. Maybe I'll even show in a second one, but we'll strictly talk about her and how it helped her grow. So why do people come for coaching? Well, they might want to achieve a specific goal. They come, for example, to be healthier. Even though I don't teach, it's so funny. My coaching style and really focuses on the mind and the money. But people come in and get a lot of bits of everything and they'll say, well, why aren't you a life coach? Because I want my focus to be mind and money because that's what I'm good at. That's what I've helped people do. And I did it unconsciously because there's something in me. So then I know the results is about there being more abundance in their lives and exercising their mind to do great things. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's why people come to a coach, They might come for relationship because they're not necessarily coming to me, but I'm just saying in general, they can come for relationship. So it can be a relationship coach, healthy behaviors. They can come for order in their lives because might be, they shamble. They might become because they're being taken advantage of and don't know what else to do. They might come for peace of mind and simplicity of structure. They might come to just release stress and confusion. There's a bunch of things people get coaching on. People get coaching for stop smoking cigarettes, stop drinking. Even if they're AA, this is more one-on-one and focus on the task at hand to help them. It's almost like a maintenance after AA to keep them up and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. When I first heard about a coach that helps smokers, because even though they'll quit, coaching with her helped them stay on the safe side and not be tempted and help them to, when things pop up and they're stressed, they got somebody to talk to. So in her case, you coach with her for a year, 6 months to a year, and then you can join the monthlies just to keep you well and prosperous in not getting back to the stick of smokes. In my case, it's money and mindset. So I help you with really organizing how your thought process happen. And when things pop up that is not of you, you don't want it, what to do and how to help you move away from it, walk through it. And as for the money part, which is profits, pricing well, making sure that you are really, people say more value, more value. You're giving value for what, and you're pricing right so you can profitable and live in abundance, and you're not always scrambling to make money because you've got a path set out to follow. Now, sometimes it scares people when they hear that because they're figuring, well, I'm going to cancel this. Could I not put this on sale? Well, all that is built in. When I work with somebody for extended time, we talk about the sales cycle. We talk about when they want to do a sale, how they're going to do a sale, and all that's built in. So you don't have to fear that. You know, when the time come around, excuse me, and you want to do a sale, you do a sale. You might get a sale that lasts for the first hour, the first 2 hours. If people sign on, they get that sale. Or you might have something that is not selling well, maybe a program or a group program, whatever it is. And then you can do maybe a workshop. So you take a bite out of that. And then that's where the sale comes in and you upsell when you get them there. So there's different ways you can do that. So you're not locked in. But you have to price well, because if this is your business and you decide to turn it into something full-time, it has to pay you. Whatever you set out, if you wanted to make 100,000 a year, then we have to work with all the different variables to get you there. If you want to make, and we got to make more than 100,000 so you can pay your taxes, so you can pay for materials, because you're going to use a lot of apps and different things. These are running your business, and we know what the bottom line is, so we work through that. So that's where my juice is. That's where my sweet spot is. And that's what I talk a lot about.
I love it. we love it. So, Coach, if I'm running a business and I come to you and I say, you know, I can't figure out why I have all these ups and downs. Why aren't things level? What can I learn?
Well, first of all, nothing is level. It's just a false thing. That's how life is. But first I would want to know what's going on with you, because you're a mirror to your business. Whatever's happening in that business, it's you. Are you not getting up? Are you not getting enough sleep? Are you not eating right? Are you exercising? That's why I talk a little about the health, because all this plays a part in you. Are you anxious about something? Are you worried about money? Is money going to run out at a certain time? That's why you're afraid. Are you sending that energy to the people that you're trying to sell to? Are you showing them that you're desperate? So I'd want to know all those things from you, and I would want you to answer them, and then we'll go ahead fixing it. So if it's the first part where it's the health concern, maybe you had a health scare and you're still waiting for results, then we talk about how you can wait patiently while it's happening. And so you don't make everything else in your life upside down because of this thing that's going to happen. Because I know people don't like hear this, but I often say, if it's your time to go, you will go. So let's clear that out of the way. And you got no control over that. But if you're waiting for results, let's figure how you can wait well. And if you get the results and it's hard, how do we talk through it? And what do you constantly do to keep yourself moving forward while you're feeling all your feelings? Because I don't want you to stuff it down and it go anywhere. I want you to feel the feeling, but I want you to still do what it is you set out to do.
Okay. Wow. Ooh, I love
that answer it, Terry?
Yes, it does. It does. Because so many times we don't, let me come back in here for a quick second. So many times we don't want to take responsibility for our part in what's going on in our businesses. You know what I'm saying? So that part, as they say.
We have to take responsibility, because when we take responsibility, we can fix it.
I love it.
And then you don't spend your time beating up yourself. I wish I could. It's done. I didn't do it. What do I do now? I'm here to help you and hold you up as you do the now. I should have gotten that job, but I didn't get it. Okay, so do you want a job? Do you want something part-time? Do you want to work 2, 3, 4 hours a day? All right. Let's find you a job, but let's still work on the business. Let's behave as though the business pay you. I had to do this with a client of mine. Behave as though the business is paying you $20 an hour. What do you do when you get to that job that you want? Go find the job you want. Find out what the job entails. And then the work that you had to do in that job. I want you to do it for the 4 hours. And even though you're not being paid, if you said that you want a job that pays you $20 an hour, I want you to go now. This is your homework. And I want you to go and take that $20 and I want you to go take out your federal tax, your provincial tax, your EI, and all that stuff out of that money. Oh, yeah. You're going to go do some work and research. And then I want you to see how much you're left with when you work those 4 hours. Now, the job you're doing, what does it entail? I want you to do the same kind of activity so you can see how you feel. So when you finish with those 4 hours, now go do your business. Or do your business before you do that 4 hours. So I want you to start balancing to see how this is really going to help you. And sometimes, somebody figure out that if she got 2 more clients, she didn't need to go get a $20 an hour job. And we sat with her, was a hairdresser, and I said to her, you need to sell this amount to this amount of people. And you need to stop driving all over the place. That's what you just need 6 people a day. You need 6 people a day, 4 days a week. It's going to cover your rent, all your expenses, and you'll be paid. And we sat down. I said, you need 2 weeks. I know you think you can do today, but you need 2 weeks. And here's why she needed 2 weeks. She needed to find the people. So she needed to call up all the regular clients and ask for referrals. Then we need to run an ad. So it was newspaper those days. So I made an ad for her and she ran the ad. And don't expect nobody to call you right away. So you run the ad. If you get a client, great, but don't expect it. So you're not panicking on that. And then we're going to do the flyer run, and she do the flyer run because she knows what she wants. She's not going to charge less than what we discuss, no matter who it is, because the money has to show up right there. We're going to make her place way better. We're going to add water. We're going to put snacks in there. She's going to buy some wholesale product and add it in there so that when they leave, they can buy a shampoo and a conditioner so they can go away with that. So we set up the whole salon, and she was screaming. In 30 days, she had her peeps in there. She's like, oh my, where was I going? And the people are coming in, they're referring other people. She's a really good hairdresser. Now, not to confuse, she's not a great hairstylist. She's a great hairdresser. And I wanted her to tell people that because even though you can style their hair, I have another friend who's a great hairdresser and a hairstylist. You got to know who you are. So she is good with treating your scalp, making sure you're healthy and making sure everything works wonderfully. Don't go to her if you want to look like the next new style in town. But she can care for your hair. And she's a good colorist and she can cut your hair. Like I wanted her to make sure that everybody know who she was. So who was she serving? Seniors. Retirees. These are her peeps because they don't want nothing fancy. They want rollers and they want to let their hair go, but they want to treat it so they don't lose their hair anymore.
Yes.
They want massages. They pay more money also. You see? And so the conversation, even though we took 2 weeks, she also was able to, us looking for other things for them, found a community, the Jewish community in that area who wear wigs, and she started doing their wigs for them. So
nice.
When you understand, when you take the time, that 2 weeks feel like torture initially, but once she had people coming in like, oh my girl, yes, I'm going to send so-and-so. She's still at work, but I'm going to see her tomorrow. Or when I go to church. Not only would they give her the people money, they'll call and make the introduction because older people, seniors, do that. We don't just wait around. We tell, and when we got a good service, we're proud that we've been there and we want to share. We're not hiding, right? So that was her clientele.
Wow.
Because she took the time. So when I tell you guys that thing takes time, even myself, sometimes I have to enforce it in me. Caren is going to take 3 months, not 3 weeks. But we're doing it in 3 weeks, but they're going to take 3 months for the results, for people to come in and that sort of thing and have them in and be okay with it. But if you know that you got bills to pay and you need to get a job, I say simultaneously, apply for the job, fill out your resume, do all the things that you got to do, but don't neglect doing the best for your business. Maybe picking up the phone and calling people, email people, DMing people. Do not listen to people how they say, oh, DMs don't work anymore. It do. You're just going to have to do a lot of them. Go into groups, talk to people. Marketing change, but not change. The groundwork change, but it really and truly don't change. In a sense, when we first opened our daycare, my friend and I, she started at her church. And she just would hand out flyers like nobody's business. 200 some Sundays, nobody would call. Nobody would call. I used to do the apartment run because we were in an apartment at the time. We both lived in an apartment, and I would do the apartment run, and she would do the church run. And we got one client from the church run, but a good client. We got 3 clients from the apartment. When we opened our daycare, we were filled and a
Oh,
waiting list because we didn't just sit down with it. We do all the old school, new school, whatever it takes. And that's what I tell people. Like, I'm coach. You got to go do the thing what it takes. We want the easy stuff, but the easy stuff don't give you what you want. I'm sorry. And when you get to a network meetup, you got to practice. Get in front of your mirror. When you get there, put your timer 1 minute and say what you're going to say. And then ask the questions and then have ready answers for the people in the network. And then
mhm.
find 2 or 3 people and offer to have coffee with them and tell them what you do and ask them what they do, and then take everything down. Just don't give your stuff, take their information, and now you is hunting for you and them. Whenever you talk to anybody, if somebody said to you they're a coach and you know who you're talking to need a coach, recommend them, because that's not what you do. If you're a coach, of course you're going to use yourself because you got to get clients. But if you know somebody is an author and they're helping other authors write, and you hear about them, sorry guys, my lunchtime, and you heard about them, you will say, I know this girl that has 2 books on Amazon. She's really good at helping you get your book set up, get your book formatted, and get on Amazon. Then you pass her information on. And you
Mhm.
don't just leave it there. You get back to them. You guys, did you hook up with, Sheila or Jenny? What did she say? And now you're helping somebody else, and you're helping somebody else while you're helping yourself.
Okay.
Marketing has been I just never call it marketing. When I sell in Guyana, that's how it is. I'm telling everybody I know, and I'm asking them to tell other people that they know. And then eventually somebody's going to come and ask me, Caren, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Could you tell? So when my clientele come see me, I keep telling my clientele, oh, Paul is doing t-shirts now. Junior is selling pants in case your kids need any jeans or, what khaki pants. Junior sell khaki pants. And I'm telling you, yeah, my son need 2 khaki pants, and you're spreading the word. You're spreading
Yes.
the word. And then once your business gets to a certain point that it could, you set a marketing budget. And now
Mm.
when you make money, you have it there as your marketing budget. And now you can pay for ads, but you're still doing the organics, right? You're still doing that.
You know what? I think we have gotten so from accustomed to trying to get the word out digitally that we've forgotten the value of word of mouth, of just, one neighbor telling another neighbor,
Yes.
one friend recommending something to
Yes.
another friend.
Yes.
And I don't think we have put enough emphasis on continuing to make that happen. And what did you call it? Organically.
Yeah. But we'll tell about something we bought in the store from a big vendor
All the
easily,
time.
but we
Yeah.
wouldn't tell a little person. When I first started braiding hair, I met a girl and she said to me, I sell hair. I don't have a space yet. I do it out of my house. I said, no problem. Everybody come to get their hair done. I'm like, here's who you call. Here's where you can get hair. And we partnership. Her husband would drop it off at my house. I would sell the hair and anybody came to buy hair, she's like, I got a great braider for you. Here's our information. Call her. Make sure you call her, right? And even when I
Hmm.
stopped doing hair, if people needed hair, I send them to her, 2 people, her and another girl named Love. I would send people to them all the time. I went in there a day, something I was looking for my mom, and she just came and hugged me so tight. She's kind, you've been sending me people. What can I get you? I'm like, nothing. She's like, what can I get you? Okay, whatever you buy today, do not pay.
It's in the house. There you
He's
go.
like, are you kidding me? People come in saying, Caren, send me here.
Because it is an act of friendship, collaboration, kindness, and it's what we should do to support one
Yeah.
another.
Yes, that's what we should do. That's what we should do. And stop. Also, don't try to get a discount to send somebody. Let them they're going to give you, right? If you have a free referral fee, that's fine. Nothing is wrong with it either. But if you're just telling to help another business owner, you should do it and not be restricted that the person is more expensive or whatever. No, no, no. Just send them and let them decide on their own what they want to do. All right. Any other questions, Terry, before I dive into anything else?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract
you. No. This is good. I like when you ask me questions, and I'm happy that I can answer them. So, agree with me. Yes. So, we talk about why people come for coaching. I just told you that Terry asked a question. I hope it was helpful. It was helpful for Terry, and I hope it was helpful to you. I think I cover quite a few in there. Jenny, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jenny's story. Jenny came for help, and she had no money. So this was the kind of help where it was pro bono in a sense, and then it turned into bordering, and then it got into the monies. But we started off on the first 3 weeks, we couldn't move because what she didn't think she had versus what I want her to believe she have, which she did, it didn't make any sense. And just the situation she was in. But eventually what we did was get her a job.
Okay.
That was the first step. Jenny had to get a job because she had to see that she can earn money. This was a stay-at-home mom who never had a job, never worked anywhere, with no experience, and thought nobody would hire her. And I always tell people, God has given me, I'm so blessed. God gave me so many gifts that I got to use it and just use it with people. And good luck for her. I had this gift already for what she was going to do. So I just said, I know what you're going to do. And I help her get the job, get in there, what have you. And then I said to her, after a couple of months, I said, you're going to have to start a side business because what they're paying you is not enough, but I don't want you to leave because this is your people. It was a bottling company. So she went there, sterilized the bottle, packed bottles, factory work, nothing big and fancy, but that was important because while she was there, I had the skill of knowing that she can sell recycled bottles on the side. And so I told her, I said, ask your supervisor what they do with it. Oh, they got rid of it. They do that. I said, tell them you're willing to buy it from them. And they're going to give you, you get in a cost price because you work there and you get it at a discount. And now she started doing that. I knew where she can sell the bottles and make a few pennies. Nothing big, right? It started off with just a case. She probably made $5 from the case the first time. And then she bought 3 cases because we sat down, by the way, guys, let me intervene and tell you this part. We sat down and decide and knew what her expenses would be and how much she would be able to spare to do the investment. And it was nothing big. Okay. But I knew once she get the profit, she can buy now 2 cases, then 3 cases. And then when she was up to 11 cases, I said, this is the time we need other people. And she said, Caren, why? I said, we need 2 more ladies to jump on. And here's why. When 3 people bought, they get it at a discounted rate, which means they can make more profit, which means you're helping another lady to make some dollars that didn't know she could have done it. So I wasn't coaching them. Well, I was coaching Jenny. But now Jenny's helping other people. Some people didn't like it. Remember I talked earlier about dropping our friends. People didn't like it. Some people, she lost some friendships. But I wanted her to know you didn't lose them because you did anything wrong. You lost them because they didn't see how they can fit in with you anymore. And it's not a bad thing. It's not good or bad. It's just the person had nothing to do with you. And because she was the person who had a lot of friends, it hit her really hard. I'm telling you guys this because some people don't have a lot of friends. And she made her first set of friendships there. So could you imagine when she lost a bunch of them? She felt rich, just kind of want to stop. I just want to go to work and come back. I said, yes. But if you go to work and come back, you wouldn't be able to move from where you live. And that's the goal, guys. The goal for all of this was so that she can move out. This was the goal. So that she can have her own place. Because of who she was living with that took advantage of her and abused her. And she just needed, that's all I'll say about that. But she needed to live her own space. And to do that, she needed it extra money. And let me tell you, I'm so happy and I'm always so proud of her because she hang in there. And because she hang in there, she got promoted to manager.
Mm.
supervisor, then manager. And I said to her, on each position, I said, you're going to lose more people. You got to be okay with it because of where you're going. The good people will stay on. And yes, the three people that stayed on right through the whole journey are your friends. The rest of people came in to teach you that not everybody's your friend, that not
Wow.
everybody's rooting for you, that not everybody likes you, actually. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's true. You are pretty. You are generous. If they're not, they can't handle you being that. It's not you.
Wow. What did you say? Those people came in to teach you that they're not your friends? Oh
They
my God.
they came in to teach you, yeah, about you, about friendship. They came in to
Mhm.
teach you that everybody on your journey is not your friend.
That's true.
They
We
came in
look.
to teach you that they came in to help you with your resiliency.
Mm.
Because when you grow, you get more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, even though you're hurting, you don't hurt as bad when you lose the second and third friendship
Mm.
because you start understanding yourself. But this is because she's getting coaching to understand that. Because, as I said, she wanted to give up and just leave because she wanted to stay in the friendship. Now, if she didn't work through that, I believe, and she agreed, she might not have moved up to supervisor because now she's learning and she's stronger. She's getting in there. As when you get in the morning, it didn't matter who speak to you or not. You say morning to everybody. Don't leave the people out that is annoyed. Still
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge them, and you go about your day. That built in because when you're a supervisor, you have to be that way. You have to be able to talk to people about something that is not right and still be pleasant to them. You can't be irritated and have attitude with them. At least a good supervisor don't do that. A good supervisor explain to the employee, your workmate, that here, this is what I want you to do. I didn't like how you do it. I'm not annoyed with you. I'm correcting the action that you took. This is not personal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she get to learn those skills when the people drop off. So when she first got a supervisor position, she came, she said, Karen, I don't know if I'm going to take it. I said, you're going to lose a few more friends, but you got to take it because it's going to teach you a new skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to back you. Now, writing was hard for her. Learning things were hard for her, but we work on those skills because this is the other thing. I help people work on the skills that is hard for them. And those were skills that initially she didn't tell me. But of course, through coaching, I realized that was something that made her feel she couldn't do it. I said, you can do it. You can do it. You're just going to learn and you're going to do it. And then she got manager. She says, well, now, and you're going to do that again. You can do that again. And the three people who stayed around all the time, those are your people. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
looking for new ones. If they come on board, it's fine. But those are your core girls. Those are your girls. They're going to be there through thick and thin until one had left. Those three girls were thick and thin. And even when the one left the job, she still stayed friends with Jenny.
Wow.
And she stayed on that job until she grew. She grew that bottle business, let it be. At one point, after she became manager, she let it all go. By then, we had stopped coaching, and I hadn't seen her in a long time. And when I did see her again, she says, Karen, I got my own business. I don't work for anybody full time. I'm paying my rent. I paid my rent. I used to pay my rent. I said, what do you mean you used to? She says, oh, I bought a house. Bought a house. And, and her eldest son, when he was in high school, he started a business because he watched his mom. And she says, my skin always go goosebump when I tell about their story because she says, I hadn't seen this lady in years, Terry. And she says, I was praying that I get to see you because I want you to know what you did for me. Not
Beautiful.
only then, but what it continued. It did for my family, what it did for me, my kids, where I'm at, the way I think. What I didn't think
Wow.
that was possible that has became possible. We stood there and we hugged and cried. Let me tell you guys.
I could see where that would happen. I am so excited to hear Jenny's story because so many times we pass by promotions because we don't feel we can handle it because we've got the house going, the kids going, you know, relationships going, the church going, you know, trying to be everything for everybody
Yes.
and everything. We can't possibly take on more on the job.
Exactly. Exactly.
So a lot of times we need somebody to coach us through. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The first job, and let me tell you, the first job started off at 5 in the morning. By the time she gets supervisor, she could have gone in for 6. When she turned a manager, she's able to get her kids to school before she go into work.
Mm,
Now, if she didn't move up, that would have been hard because she had younger kids.
yes.
This is what, when you don't think you can, I think we as coaches get to see what could be for you and help you get there.
That's it in a nutshell. Coaches help us see what could happen for you and help you get there.
Yes.
So we help you fulfill your vision.
Yes. And that's where we close off. We help you really fulfill that vision. Really and truly help you fulfill that vision. We take away all the things that can't happen and help you make them happen. And it works hand in hand. I don't do it for you. I help you along the way. Because if I did it for you, you wouldn't have that satisfaction, that growth, that knowing. And this is why it's such a partnership. It really is a partnership. You're doing as much work as I am, and then a little more. Okay.
Beautiful. Well, folks, we want you to know if you're looking to book an appointment with Coach Caren, you can simply do so by following this particular link. Let me make sure I have the right one. This is the meeting link. You can book a complimentary appointment with Coach Caren and discuss what you need to discuss. I'm going to let Coach Caren guide that conversation. Okay, because each one is a custom conversation.
Yes,
So I
it
don't
really
want to
is.
say you're
It
going to
really
get
is.
XYZ when you need ABC.
Exactly.
Okay, okay,
Exactly.
okay. So let me just stop there. And I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I want
Mhm.
you to know that Coach Caren has a deep depth of experience in a multitude not a multitude but in a number of successful businesses. She's been in the fashion industry, she's been in the childcare industry, she's been in the janitorial industry. You are going to just be amazed as she's also been in the hairstylist industry. She has touched a number of areas, and on top of that, she's a fabulous cook. So you might want to check out her Facebook page and her Instagram. So with that, we want to remind you that Coach Caren can be uh, tapped into via her Facebook page or Instagram page, and also you can find her here on Biz Chicks. We are so, what would you say, privileged to have this relationship with Coach Caren. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in live and on the replay. This has been part 2 of oh, why
What
do
is
we need
coaching
a coach?
about? What is coaching about?
What's it all about?
Yes.
Yes. So we want to remind you that you can join Biz Chicks by texting Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. We look forward to talking to you soon. In the meantime, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you again, Coach. We love you and appreciate all that you do.